Hey everyone, today we have Martijn from Swapfiets, and yeah, he made a long way to get in here, and they're currently doing the subscription-based bikes here in the Netherlands, but also all over Europe. But it all started here in this country from the University of Delft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we started in Delft.
And how did it all start with?
Yeah, so we just discussing with the three of us. So we're doing another project at university. So we drank a lot of coffee and had pizza nights to finish it off. And then we're just discussing the bike problem, because we thought like, yeah, when you have your own bike and it breaks down, you have to fix it yourself or go to the bicycle repairman, and that's not really a good solution. So why is not maybe there a sort of subscription like Netflix or Spotify in which you can just change it, or like a lease car, which is also way better than owning a car. At least that's like you don't have any concerns about the car. So that's why we came up with the Swapfiets concept. And then we just talked to a lot of people, but in the beginning most people didn't like it. I think a lot of ideas it is, so only 20%, but still you most time have a feeling that there still is something.
So you received a lot of hate in the beginning, so what kept you going there?
Yeah, because like also saw a lot of positive things. So like some people didn't like it, said, nah, I'm never gonna pay you 15 euros a month for it. And others said, yeah, maybe I will do it. And then you get triggered, like, hey, wait, let's try if it really works. And you also only know it when they really pay. So a lot of people say, yeah, I'm gonna do it when you start. And then you start and then they don't do it. So like you really have to start because you really know for sure.
I think especially with friends.
Yeah, definitely with friends. Like our friends were one of, took, maybe already had a couple of thousand bikes before one of our friends took a Swapfiets. Because say, I'm not gonna pay you 15 euros a month, so.
Fair enough. And was it like difficult to combine with your studies and all that?
Yeah, there was a difficult period because and we wanted to graduate and we had to get Swapfiets, but still I believe in some way it was also good, because in your study you definitely have sometimes these moments that you get a little bit stuck and that you don't know how to finish the assignment. So and then we just worked Swapfiets all the time and did the studies a little bit on the side. So therefore we could go relatively fast through the studies because we just kept on thinking, okay, we need to find a solution, because there was not even time to think too long about certain problems. So, but it was definitely long days. So.
Yeah. How did you manage that?
Yeah, we just managed that very well with the three of us. So we divided all the tasks. So not, for example, one person had to make all the bikes every day. So we had one phone. So if the customer called when the bike break down, then yeah, the phone rang, and then yeah, we also always split the phone throughout the week, and then who had the phone. So you're not always on shift. So also some days you could relax a little bit.
And how was it in the beginning? Because you didn't have like the perfect product right away, yeah?
No, definitely not. No. So
it?
everything broke down. So like the only promise we made was that the service would be epic, and that's what we did. So the service was epic, but it was very, how to say it? Busy is maybe the wrong word, but like it's changing all the time. Because then, for example, we were having a talk, and then I got a call again from a customer who broke down. So then, yeah, no, okay, sorry, I have to be there in 10 minutes. Jump on my bike to swap his bike. And that was it all the time. So it was very. Times were changing all the time. Yeah, we learned so much, because then you have to collect your money at the end of the month for the first time. So you had to make a procedure for it, had to make invoices, and then like everything was new.
So you had to learn a lot of skills then, yeah, in the meantime?
Yeah, but it's going very fast when you really need to. So when there's very strict deadline, like on Monday we need to do all the invoices, then it's definitely fixed on Monday. So that's why it works if you have already customers, because then you really need to fix it, because like there's a customer with a bike, so you cannot postpone it.
And what kept you motivated during those times?
Yeah, just you really believe there was something, like the feeling when you get your first product in the market. When we delivered the first bike, it was with Richard. We went to the customer. Then in the beginning we had to pay the first month in advance. So now it's a little bit different. But the first customer gave us €2, Francine, and she gave us €2, and that was so awesome, because then we went like, we were out there, we looked at each other like, whoa, we just earned €2. Like, it's so strange when you think of a concept and then buy the bike and then you give it to someone and she pays you, and it's like, whoa, this works. And like that feeling, that's so strange when you go to those customers, you've never seen them before, and then they just want your product, and that's so cool. So yeah, definitely your customers like, there you get most energy from. Yeah.
So it was a lot of growth since then, but what was the biggest like fuck up then? And what did you learn from it, and how did you solve it?
Yeah, at least the biggest fuck up when you look at the organization is that we started with HR too late. So in the beginning, when you're an entrepreneur, you start focusing on the customer, and starts scaling. That's crazy. And then you start too late with HR and all the procedures and all the documentation and everything. So now we have a big HR department to catch up, but that's already too late.
And how did you balance the things in life then with that time? Did you have to sacrifice something?
Yeah, just for me, it's like I have a very straight priority list in what goes first and what goes after it. So when for example something wrong with my family, I always go to my family. Doesn't matter what happens, even not what's happening with the business. And we discuss it with the three of us. So what's how you're in the game. And then still once I was in the car with Richard, also one of the co-founders, and then someone called him and said, I need some advice because I maybe want to start my own company. And then Richard said, okay, why do you want to start your own company? And then the guy said, it's just total freedom. And I can decide when I want to work or when I want to go on holiday. And then it just was the only thing which you don't have. So there is no real freedom because you're always at the end of the line. So if it breaks down and then there's a problem, you need to fix it. No one else will do it. And that's also part of the kick because you are the one who can solve it. But of course, when the organization grows, you get more people, but then also the problems grow. So when I got called for a problem now, it's definitely bigger than it was in the beginning. But of course, sometimes it still happens. So.
Yeah, and it's like your baby and it grows. And
yeah.
The teenage phase, even more problems. And
yeah. Yeah.
At some point, you can lose.
There will always be problems, but the key is to find the high quality problems. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of problems because nothing works because you just started. But the key is to find the problems you want to solve. You don't need to solve them all. But which are the high quality problems? That's important.
And was there a favorite quote of yours that you always kept in mind?
Maybe not a quote, but sometimes we use from term like go big or go home, but that's just for fun. Mm-hmm. And but the most important thing in our company is to keep it simple, and then we mean with everything. So, but what in the presentation with the bikes, also with the service, but also internally, every procedure needs to be extremely simple, because otherwise we cannot scale that fast. But simple to internally, but also to our customer. Very simple subscription. We don't have any strange voucher codes, etc. It's just all very plain simple. Yeah.
And it works, yeah.
Yeah, and it works. Yeah, definitely.
And what would you advise to the people who would like to start their own business? Maybe they're starting at the moment or they finished the study, but they want to do something. But
really just start, because most people have a very good idea and maybe are a little bit insecure about what they can lose or will it work? Maybe I fail, but you definitely when you're a student you have nothing to lose. So why don't you? Yeah, you can just start, because it's nothing to lose. Maybe you lose a couple of €1,000. That's what we had in the beginning. We had to buy the bikes, and definitely that hurts if it happens. But that's why your commitment is in there, because everything you have is in the bikes, so you need to fix it. So you really just need to start, and then you will get the confidence when you speak to the customers. But really get some customers because they are most valuable. Yeah,
yeah, that's something that also lands with us. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot. As I said, it's a pretty quick one, so thanks a lot for you.